Ramayana, the tale of Lord Rama, was first aired on Indian television in 1987 and was an adaptation based on Hindu epic the Ramayana by sage Valmiki and Ramcharitramanas by Tulsidas and ended in 1988. But a rerun during this lockdown in 2020 has broken all the TRP records in India. The legend Ramanand Sagar's Ramayana has garnered the highest TRP for Hindi general category shows since 2050. What we are witnessing is pure nostalgia, and the impact viewership is just like the IPL finals of 2019, which earned viewership of 55.6 million impressions while 2018 earned 39.5 million impressions, whereas each episodes of Ramayana earned 42.6 million impressions per episode on an average. Since vast majority of population showing so much affection towards Lord Rama and the epic Ramayana, still few people believe that Ramayana is a work of complete fiction. Even in our schools, we have learned more about the people who invaded and ruled India rather than the real glory and persona of ancient India. And the best part is each era is unique in its distinctive culture. Today I am going to talk about the 7 significant evidence that prove epic Ramayana actually happens and debunk the myths created about it being fictional. In Sundarkand, chapter 4, verse 27 states that Hanumana, on entering Lanka, sees 4 tusked elephants guarding the palace of Ravana. These elephants are tall and imposing and have been trained to protect Lanka from invaders. Well, fossil remains shows that there were many steps in the evolution of modern elephant, and there did exist 4 tusked ancestors of elephant in various shapes and sizes, such as Trilophodon, etc. Around 20 million years ago, Himalayan herbs in Sri Lanka. Exotic alpine Himalayan species are found suddenly in amidst tropical Sri Lankan vegetation. The legacy of Hanuman's heroic voyage carrying a mountain with life-storing herbs called Sanjeevani. Dronagiri Parvat clearly shows marks of an entire part of it was detached from Parvat in order to prepare the life-saving medicine of Lakshman. It is mentioned in Ramayana that Ravana built hot wells in Kanya, in and around Sri Lankan temples, and the same exists even now. This is a perennial source of hot water for the Sri Lankans. The water in these wells are said to have healing power, especially for skin ailments and arthritis. It is still a mystery as how the water of a spring are warm, and it is said that the temperature of the well fluctuates. At times a current of bubble can be seen rising from the bottom, giving you an impression of a pot of water being heated. After King Ravana's death, Vibhishana was coronated king of Lanka by Lakshman at Kelania. There are murals enriched outside the Buddhist temple depicting the crowning of Vibhishana. The Kelani river is mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana, and Vibhishana palace was said to be on the bank of this river. King Vibhishana is still considered one of the 4 guardian deities of Sri Lanka. There can be seen many temples of King Vibhishana throughout Lanka. Ramayana suggests how Ravana set Hanuman's tail on fire when he found he came to free Sita, and how Hanumana set the kingdom on fire after jumping around the kingdom with his tail on fire. Some of the areas in Ravana's palace has soil with high pH, carbon and nutrients in the surrounding area. Even if you look at it today, science has it that the fire affects the soil by affecting its pH, carbon and nutrients value. The ground here is covered in black soot, which is nothing like the surrounding area. The bridge, which stretches for 30 miles, has been a matter of controversy. In the year 2007, Union Minister of State Kapil Sibal argued that there is no scientific evidence to prove that the Ram Setu is man-made. To ascertain the legitimacy of the findings, the researcher used technique to date the sand and the stone. Analysis of the rocks found on the seabed shows that specifically the 7,000-year-old rocks are sitting on the sand of 4,000-year-old. That proves the stones were floating as per the epic Ramayana. Strangest thing is that the Ram Setu is named as Adam's Bridge in some very trusted websites. On November 9th, 2019 marked a remarkable day in the legal history of India. A struggle of 491 years ended with a historic judgment, and it was no ordinary struggle. The Supreme Court of India delivered the final verdict regarding the Ayodhya dispute. There would have been no Ramayana if Lord Rama was never born, and this verdict, after taking several years, proved that Rama was born in Ayodhya. Even Archaeological Survey of India reported the same in their findings. One may simply call everything a mere coincidence or a mythical marvel, but Lord Rama will be forever recognized as the epitome of selfless and ideal human being, or should I say Maryada Purushottam Ram. There may be several commentaries but very few quotations. His story has been narrated in the 1,000 different languages and in the 1,000 different ways in several countries also, but his generosity remains the same in every way. I hope this video enlightening for you. So keep watching my channel, share this as much as you can, and do subscribe. Till then, Jai Shri Ram.